Welcome back to International College, DBB's online. Okay, Excel 2013. Okay, on day number two, what we are gonna be seeing on day number two. Okay, on day number two, we're gonna see different examples. Okay, where Excel it could be applied. Okay, Excel is a great program. Okay, we could use it for many different environments. A lot of different offices, okay, use Excel because the capability of getting so much information into one spreadsheet. Okay, so where Excel could be used. Okay, so this is one example here. I'll open up. Okay, one of the projects that we are gonna be working during the webinars. Okay, and in one case, okay, one scenario, see, it could be used to get percentages. Okay, we have the every time that we work in Excel, we're gonna have labels. Okay, we're gonna have labels dividing our spreadsheet, and then we're gonna start applying. Okay, depending on what we're working. In this case, here we wanna find out the cost of goods sold percentage of sales. Okay, so this is a scenario that a company says, okay, uh, I'm gonna divide the whole year in 4 quarters. Now, out of these quarters, every 3 months, see the cost of goods sales, the cost of goods sold percentage of sales. I want it to be the 70%. Okay. Now, the operating expenses, they want to spend 26% of incomes, and then there's always gonna be other expenses, so they wanna only spend 4% of their income. Okay, so right here we have the sales, and based into the sales, see, we are gonna be working to get the percentage, the 70% out of the 600. Okay, the 26% out of the 600, and that's gonna be the gross profit, etc., etc. Okay, we could also play scenarios. For example, once we have this table completed, see, we're gonna play in a scenario. Okay, what happened if quarter four, if under quarter four, okay, COGS rises to 68%. Okay, and operating expenses increases by 25%. Okay, so we are gonna be working in the numbers with these numbers, so that's a scenario. Okay, another scenario that we could use it is on sales. Okay, this is another company, another spreadsheet. Let's see that this company sells calculator, laptops. Okay, so we have the prices. Okay, and then we have sales for week one, 460. Okay, calculators on week one. Okay, and then we're gonna be performing some formulas to, like in this case, to get, see, the total. First of all, we get the total of how many calculators were sold, and then we're gonna get the gross sales. Okay, another scenario could be sales performance. Okay, a lot of companies that working to based on sales. Okay, uh, right here we're gonna be creating what if formulas. If you guys look up here, this is one of the what if formulas. Equals if B5 is greater than or equal to C5, then I want to see a yes. Otherwise, I want to see a no. Okay, so once we apply the formula, if this cell right here, B5, okay, depending on the result, we're gonna get yes or no. Okay, we're gonna be copying and moving data around. Okay, getting an average. So that's another example. Okay, another perfect example is gonna be a payroll. A lot of companies, okay, work with Excel creating the payrolls. Okay, so right here we have the payroll period for 1/1/2011 through 1/15/2011. Okay, again we're gonna have labels. Besides the labels, we're gonna keep getting some labels. In this case, it's gonna be the name of the employees. other labels that is telling us, okay, Johnson worked 80 hours, the rate, and then by creating a formula, we will get the total. Okay, now after that, we had to create other formulas to get the deductions. Okay, here's the deductions: the federal, the FICA tax, the federal tax, the Medicare tax, the state tax, and disability tax. Okay, right here we have the percentages. So once we have this total right here, just by creating a simple formula, we will be getting all the results here. Okay, and normally you guys will also be getting the totals. Okay, you could get the totals by columns, by rows, etc. Okay, so this is one of the places, I mean, one of the scenarios where Excel it could be used. Okay, now in what other scenario it could be used? Okay, inventories. Inventories. Okay, this is another company, Media Love Toronto. Okay, we have the items. Here's a list of items that this particular company sold. Okay, we have how many cases they have in hand. Okay, we are gonna be getting the cost, and then we are gonna be getting the sale price. Okay, now in this particular sample, see we have the inventory on this spreadsheet. Okay, where we have the sale price, profit per case, etc., etc. So using data from here, see we're gonna be completing this other table into the sales spreadsheet. Okay, those are the scenarios. Okay, some of the scenarios. Okay, a lot of people also prefer to well, it doesn't prefer, but they also like to create, okay, their own sales receipt, etc., etc. Okay, so I'm gonna click on let me go back. I'm gonna click on file. From here, if I click on open, okay, actually I'm gonna click on new, because under new we're gonna have all the different templates. Okay, now right here we have some links: budget, invoice, calendars. See, we could also create calendar, expense report, a list, okay, a loan, etc., etc. Okay, so right here I'm gonna open an invoice. Okay, this is another exercise that we are gonna be working on. When we click into, we have a preview. I'm gonna click on create, and here's the invoice. Okay, just one sample of say, okay, this invoice is gonna be for the company that I work with. Okay, what we need to do is start getting the, typing the information. Okay, so this is just another sample of where Excel it could be used. Okay, the benefit of using this spreadsheet, see, because right here we have the tax rate. This is just one sample. We have the quantity, the product, the description of the product, and then the unit price and the extended price. So right here we have a formula. If we look into the formula bar, see, we have 120 times 10. Okay, the sample here that we have here in this formula is very long, but basically we're gonna be working, we're gonna make the formulas, okay, as easy as possible. Okay, this is a long way, okay, because in this case here we could only use, if I go into the formula bar and say, okay, I'm not gonna be using the if, okay, only when I say, okay, equals B21 times H21. When I hit enter, this is gonna give me a cost, an extended cost. Okay, so we're gonna simplify everything on Excel. Okay, a lot of people sometimes when we see numbers they get scared, indeed. Okay, on the invoice we have the subtotal, and basically again, see, this is the long way to create the formula. Okay, so right here we could use the following. Okay, we could just use the following. Let me see my volume. Okay, See, I'm just gonna use equal sum on the parentheses, and any numbers that we get within this range, okay, is gonna be summaries. Okay, it's gonna be added. So there's my total. Okay. Um. Okay. I look into another cell. Okay, and here's the sales rate. Okay. In this case, it's 5%. Okay. So if we multiply 2,400 times 5%, it's gonna give us 120. Now this is not the actual tax in California. Okay, let's go ahead and type in 8.75, which is the sales tax rate in Los Angeles. Now when I hit enter, see, here we have the new tax. Okay, so 2,400 plus 210 is gonna give us, okay, and again, this is a long way. Basically, we just need to add two cells here, equals, okay, that cell plus second cell, enter. It's gonna be messy. It's giving me the same number, but we have a simplify. We just simplify the formula. Okay, so this is what we are gonna be doing in Excel. Basically, simplify things. Okay. Um, so there you go. That's another example. These are the different scenarios. Okay, where Excel could be applied. Okay. Companies that they wanna predict. Okay, or they say, okay, out of $1,000, I wanna assign only 70% of my income to reinvest, okay, and continue selling products. Out of that, we wanna spend only 26% into the operating expenses. As always, on business, it's always gonna be a cost, okay, to operate, okay, and a lot of times there's gonna be other expenses, okay. So these are the assumptions that this particular company wanna use into the first month. I'm sorry, the first quarter, okay. We could be using to the sales to find out how much was the sales. If sales departments meet the goals, okay, payrolls, okay, and inventories to get the market price as well, how much money we are gonna be making per case, etc. Okay, and we could also create our invoices. Okay, these are just a few examples. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and close this. I'm gonna be prompt. Do you want to save this? No, I don't want to save that. I'm gonna close the next one. If I make any changes and don't want to save it as well, the next one, don't save. Okay. So these are the different scenarios. Just a few of the scenarios where Excel will be applied. Thank you, and you guys have a great day. Bye bye.